You already know this camera. You've seen the reviews, you've seen the specs, you've probably already watched 3 videos about it this week. So here is the only question that actually matters. Is the hype real? And more specifically, is the red codec good enough to justify these enormous file sizes? Because in 2026 the storage isn't that cheap. Sacrificing that for a better color sounds good on paper, but does it actually work out in the real world? I think yes, but only if you use this camera for the right things. And that's exactly what this video is about. In this video we are going to cover 3 things. Why I bought this camera, how I use it, and in the end 3 specific reasons why you absolutely should not buy this camera. That last one is important, stick around for it. So why did I bought this camera? Let me be upfront about something. This is not my main camera. I already got the R5C, which I'm filming right now. I use my R5C, the C50 or also the C70, even some RED cameras for client work, and this for the reason of leaner codecs, faster workflows, less storage headaches. However, the Nikon ZR is something different. I bought this camera for fun. For passion projects, for the days I want to go out and create something without worrying the deliverables. And for that it's almost perfect. Here is why. Red had always meant one thing: cinema grade color science. The kind of image that just breathes. Skin tones that doesn't look over-processed, and greens that actually look like the forest you were standing in when you filmed these clips. And yes, the file sizes are massive. This is just a trade-off. But when I'm on a personal project and I have actually the time to work on these files properly, the color payoff is absolutely real and the hype is justified. This thing fits in a jacket pocket, and I'm not even exaggerating. And it's actually a full Nikon body, which means native autofocus. And this on a red codec camera. This combination didn't exist before that camera. If you ever shot on an actual red, you know how the autofocus or the focus situation is in these cameras. And the ZR fixes that. You get the color, you get the ergonomics, and you got the autofocus that actually works. And for a run-and-gun personal project or a YouTube video like this, that actually matters a lot to me. Okay, remember that only if in the beginning, here it is. The color is worth the storage sacrifice, but only if you shoot with intention. It's kind of like using a film camera, and it's also the same way I approach filming with my Fujifilm X100. And that changes everything, how you approach this camera and how you approach shooting with it. Most viewers test this camera like a workhorse. They roll for hours, dump everything on a drive and complain about storage. And I think this is the wrong approach to this camera. The ZR rewards when you slow down. Short clips, deliberate composition. You're not documenting, you're creating. When you work that way, the file sizes stop feeling like a problem, because you're only keeping what's actually good. I use it like a moving photo camera. You're much more intentional of what you're capturing. My mental mode for shooting with this camera is basically a X105 with better autofocus and with the addition of the red raw codec. You're not covering an event or something. You're out with one intention: creating something that you actually care about. And in that mode, this camera is genuinely one of the best tools I've ever used. Alright, I promised you the reasons why you should not buy this camera. Reason number 1, you buy a camera because you need a workhorse. If you're shooting weddings, events, covering something for a client for the whole day, this isn't the camera. It's not built for that kind of volume, or at least not the red raw codec. You still can use the Nikon ZR for jobs like this, but then you don't take advantage of this amazing color science that really separates this camera from Sony and Canon. A C8, a C6 Mark III, Canon R5C, maybe the new Canon R6V, maybe the C50, the FX3. There are a lot of cameras that take this job and make it actually really easy to do this. Reason number 2, you already have some problems with your file sizes and you already own a ton of storage. If you are capturing everything and decide later what you use, this isn't really the camera for you. You will hate it within a week. And there are also jobs where you need to do these kind of workflows. And this is not the camera to use it in these occasions. And if you add these red file sizes on top of your already big files, then it's maybe not the camera to look into. Reason number 3 is you are looking for a professional body to do some work, and this is the only body you will buy. I don't think when you just have one body that the ZR is the right body to go with. As a second or third body, it's incredible. As your only professional tool, it's a little bit limiting. The codec is stunning, but the trade-off is something to keep in mind, and I don't think this fits great into a workflow where a client is involved. But if your project only has some small recording times, then maybe it could work. I'm also looking into testing this on some client shoots. So who is this camera actually for? Honestly, it's for a person that already has the professional setup sorted and wants something that makes them excited to go out and shoot for themselves again. For me, that's actually what it is. It's not a replacement of my current camera. It's not a workhorse, just a camera to make me want to go to places and make something, and then delivers an image that justifies every gigabyte. Stay tuned for my next video in which I will break down my minimal everyday carry setup for the Nikon ZR.